Today I am making sausage gravy for biscuits and gravy. I'm sure my biscuit recipe will be up here soon. Start with a cold pan. When you're cooking meat that you want to render more fat off of, you start the meat from cold and more of the fat will be pulled out. Just put that in your cold pan and start heating it up. Break up the chunks of sausage. I've told you this before, I'm sure, but I always add a little bit of water when I'm cooking meats like this. It's a texture thing for me. It makes it a little softer. If you like your meat a little crunchier, then don't add water. It'll brown up just fine. So just chop it up as you go and then allow it to cook. If you want to add some bacon grease at this time, you can. I usually wait until I'm tasting it at the end to make sure I have enough flavor. There, I've got it all cooked up, and I'm just going to go in and remove some of the fat so it's not too greasy. Pull all the meat to one side of the pan and tip it. And you can see the fat kind of dripping down into the corner. Have a handful of paper towels ready, and then you can just put the towel in there and sop up the excess grease. I don't necessarily push down on the meat itself because, like I said, grease is flavor. So I kind of have an idea of how much I like now. You can see how much I've pulled off. And then just spread the meat back out because we're going to go in with the flour on top to get that incorporated with the meat. I do use Wondra, again, with any kind of gravy. I like the Wondra. If I can ever figure out how to make it at home, you know I will. I'll let you know. But for now, I just buy it in bulk on Amazon. So you put this on while the meat is warm, still on the heat. Sprinkle it all over and just mix it while that flour browns up a little bit around the meat. And you'll see here in a minute, once I've got it mixed and it's cooked, you don't see any of the white flour anymore. And that's when it's ready to make a paste / roux to get you started on the gravy. And there it is. You can see the flour's cooked away. So go in with, I don't know, maybe a quarter to a half a cup of your milk. And that creates that roux where any additional liquid you add to it is just going to be easier to incorporate and you won't miss any lumps if there are some. You'll notice I'm using a flat spatula. Ooh, I burned myself. Because milk does scorch very easily. So I'm constantly going through and just scraping the bottom is pretty much all I'm doing to keep the milk from scorching, sticking to the bottom of the pan. So this is one you do have to kind of stand over while you're making it. So section by section, just start adding in more of the milk. Oh, be sure you take the lid off the milk before you attempt to pour it as well. I think you could substitute, maybe some heavy cream watered down or cans of evaporated milk added water to. I like to keep some on hand because we don't drink a whole lot of milk, but I end up needing it for recipes, so keep that on hand. Again, just stirring constantly with that flat spatula instead of a whisk. Works better for me. And there, I'm adding in the last of that milk. And we're going to heat this until it's bubbling. It's still over a medium low, just because that milk will boil so much quicker. Pretty soupy right now. While I'm letting it heat up, I'll add in the seasoning. I kind of know how much I like, but if you want to wait until it's just fully done and season it at the end, that's okay too while you're learning. White pepper is the secret ingredient. I don't care what anyone says. You can put black pepper in it too, but the white pepper gives it a little bit of heat to it. My recipe calls for like 1/8 of a teaspoon, but there you go. And this is also where you can add in any bacon grease if you took too much grease out of it or you want a little bacon flavor. And I like sage. If I don't have sausage with sage, then I will add it in separately. And again, there it's real soupy, real soupy. I've let it cook. See, it's bubbling. And now it's gotten a little thicker, but it is sticking to the back of the spoon. Then you remove from the heat, and then that is the consistency you end up with. Enjoy!